Welcome back to the channel, everyone. For today's video, we're going to be installing a sway bar into the F-150. Now, base models is what I have did not come with a front or rear sway bar, so I had to go to the junkyard and look for a higher trim and yank the front sway bar out of that truck, and that's what we're going to be doing for today. So what we're going to be doing is painting it, installing all the components, links, bushings, brand new. And it should give us a night and day difference, because right now when I'm taking turns, not even just sharp turns, just regular turns, the car does tend to roll a lot when you're turning. So like I said, it should give us a night and day difference. So let's go ahead and let's get that to it. Okay, as you can see here, we got the sway bar. We also got the bushings, brackets, and the sway bar links. So I already did was give it a nice wash, and what we're gonna do is paint it gloss black and install it on the truck. Okay, so we'll wait for the paint to dry. We're gonna go ahead and start removing all the components and start seeing how to install the sway bar. Okay, so here I placed the jack underneath the lower ball joint, just so when I start unbolting everything, not everything just falls all at once to the floor. Okay, so I first started off right here by removing the front shock. So it's held in by a third bolt and nut. So I'm just going to use my impact gun on the front and then put the 13mm wrench in the back and zap it off, and it should come right off. Okay, next we're going to be removing the coil spring. So what you want to do is go ahead and remove the 10mm that holds it in place with this bracket. So I use my impact gun, go ahead and snap it right off, and it comes off easily. Okay, so after removing that top bracket from the coil spring, I move on to this tie rod right here, and it's held in by this 20mm bolt nut. So go ahead and take that off. And in order to remove the tie rod, what I like to do is get a mini sledgehammer and hit on the knuckle, and the vibration of it should loosen the tie rod. And all you have to do is just give it a few whacks, and it'll come right off. And as you can see, after a few hits to the knuckle, the tie rod just comes loose. So go ahead and remove the nut completely, set it aside, and we get on to the next step, which is removing the nut that holds the bottom of the spring. Okay, so after I remove the tie rod, I move it to the bottom of the coil spring. And the bottom of the coil spring, it's held in by this nut that I use a 1 1/8 wrench. And it's also held in by this like washer type that it has underneath. So go ahead and grab yourself the 1 1/8 wrench, and what I like to do is hit it with some PB Blaster as well, just to get it all that rust off of the dirt, and it should come right off with no problem. Okay, so after removing everything, all the nuts, bolts, all you have to do is just pry down a little bit on the coil and it should come right off just like it did right now. All I did was just pry it down with my hands, nothing else. And like I said, it was only about an inch that was holding it in place. Okay, so I got most of the suspension components that I needed to take off in order to get this this little bracket right here, which the links bolt onto right there. So this is the original one that it comes with right there. So all we do is just slide that out of there. Let's give it a nice little clean. Let me just get a brake cleaner. So let's go ahead and just give it a nice little clean. Alright, and there it is. So now we're gonna slide the new one. You just gotta make sure they're positioned. So this one right there, I don't know if you can tell, has an L. That's usually for the left side, driver's side. This one should have an R here somewhere. Oh, right there. R, you can see it. So that should be right. That little tab should go right there. All right. So just put this pad on top. This is where the coil spring sits on, and it should be good. Now, while I have the coil springs out, I thought I might as well just give them a nice little clean and also a little black paint job as well. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's go see how the paint's drying on the sway bar. Okay, so here's the sway bar all nicely painted. Man, it came out great. It's nothing that you're really gonna see, but and then I gave the coil right there first pass. We're gonna give it a second pass. I'm not really gonna film that, but you're gonna see it all installed. And there goes the sway bar. And all these parts right here are gonna be replaced. Now I'm gonna put them on just to make sure everything fits for now, but I should be getting in the mail new bushings, which are these right here, and then the links, which is all that right there. But yeah, so I let it sit overnight. In a few hours it's already dry, so we're gonna start, and like I said, installing that and putting all that back together. Okay, so I let the coil already dry for a few hours, so now we're gonna install everything back, and it should just be in the reverse order. So we just put the coil right here on top, bolt everything back together, and we'll see how the sway bar fits in there. Okay, so I already put it back together. The coil is in. Time to put the... So I put that little bracket that goes in here. Here's a nut. Let's go ahead and put that. Again, get your 1 1/8 wrench and start putting the bolt back. Okay, so the bolt that holds the spring, it's all tied up. Let's put the bracket that goes on top. Oh, actually, let's put this arm back. Okay. Okay, that's all bolted into place. We gotta put the one that goes up. The one that goes up here, just gotta bolt that into place, and it should be good to go. It's the next day, and I already got everything installed right there. The only thing left, I left it drying, is to put the sway bar, actual sway bar on the car, on the truck, I'm sorry. Now, those are the new sway bar bushings that I got. Those are Moog. Those look really nice. Unfortunately, I was unable to get the links, which are those right there, sway bar links. Today I ordered them through Amazon, but we're just gonna put the old ones just so we can install everything, and once I get the new sway bar links, I'll install those. For now, let's go ahead and install the sway bar. There's the sway bar right there, already installed. Sorry I didn't show the installation process, but it's pretty simple. So it bolts on right there. So from the back, this bracket right there comes over, and like I said, pretty much all I bought was the sway bar bushings, and I already have ordered the sway bar links. They're on their way. But that's it right there. Luckily, I already had this bracket right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this bracket had already come with the truck itself, so I didn't need to get that. Pretty much was just a sway bar, and yeah, just pretty much that, and these brackets that go right there. It looks pretty darn good. Just show it from underneath. Okay. There it is. How it sits right there. Man, it looks bitchin'. Alright, so let's bolt up the wheels and let's go take it for a test drive and see how it drives. Now is the moment of truth. We're gonna go take the truck up for a test drive. Now, if you guys are familiar with the area here in El Cajon, San Diego area, I'm gonna take it up to Verona Casino, which has some pretty windy roads. I wanted to head up to the mountains, but unfortunately I don't have that much time to head up there. So we're gonna head up to Verona. They have some pretty windy roads. We're gonna test out the front sway bar, see how it feels. And I'm so excited. Let's go ahead. Made it up here to the windy roads of Verona, by Verona Casino in San Diego. So we're gonna go ahead and drive it and see how the truck feels. Okay, so we're back home from our drive, and I just want to tell everyone that has an OBS Ford and does not have a front sway bar, you need to get one. It is such a huge difference. I remember taking up those turns that we just took right now and just feeling the truck completely roll one way or the other, and today it almost completely eliminated that feeling. I'm just so stoked, and I'm happy with the results of this front sway bar. I just want to thank everybody very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Anything you guys want to see in the next video, just let me know down in the comments below. I'm hoping for the next video I'm going to do a lowering kit from DJM. Not sure yet, but stay tuned. Until next time.